Now, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has died after being shot at campaign rally. 67-year-old Abe remains Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister. Now, to more about it, we've been joined by Amir bin Ali, analyst from Japan. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to PTV World.
Very much for having me.
Now, indeed, a very shocking and sad incident which took place in Japan this morning. Please share the details and the views that what actually is going on there at the moment, like aftermath of his death.
To be frank, this is a very rare incident in Japan because, in general, Japanese are very peaceful, and Japan is a very safe and peaceful place. So, this is first time in last 100 years, like some sitting prime minister or former prime minister has been shot dead. It never had been before since 1936. So almost 100 years. As far as the details of the assassin, up till now, we came to know that he was a former soldier, the person who shot the former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. He was a former soldier in the Defense Force of Japan. And the reports we are getting here, he was mentally unstable. And the gun he used for the assassination of Mr. Shinzo Abe was homemade. So, yes, it's like just a very recent incident. So they're still getting and gathering the details and reports of this incident. Very sad indeed.
Now, Amir bin Ali, please also tell us, he was a very well-known leader, and he also, brought about the economics that was known to be as Abenomics, and I mean, bringing his party to a stage where he could win twice. So what kind of threats were there for his life? Did he show any kind of signs like that, or did he ever talk about that, as you were telling that Japan is a very peaceful and peace-loving country and nation?
Yes, he was indeed very popular among the people. That's why he was the longest serving prime minister in the Japanese history. So he was retired, not he lost because he had like some health issues, and due to poor health, he resigned himself from the post. He was elected for the further like 3 remaining years. He was supposed to be in the office till today, but he had some health issues, so he retired and resigned from his post. But in general, he was very, very popular in Japan, mainly, as you mentioned, Abenomics. He introduced a new economic approach, new economic policy, which brought macroeconomic stability in Japan, more like sustainability, more sustainable economics he was talking about, and he delivered actually. In his era, the quality of life improved very much in general, and the minimum living standard of the people generally improved, not just the slogans, not just politics. He indeed transformed the Japanese society from a stagnant economy to a dynamic, and brought macroeconomic stability to Japan. So he will be remembered as a very popular and a leader who brought economic stability into the country.
Now, also, sir, please share your views that how the death of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will affect the political situation, as you just mentioned that he was quite popular and long-serving Prime Minister of the country.
Yes, to be honest with you, in Japan, it's mostly about the party politics. He had been leader of the Liberal Democratic Party for a really long time. He had like a much influential person, but this party is dominating the political scenario since the Second World War. So from last 75 years, the same party is ruling Japan, with the exception of few years of the Democratic Party. So he was very influential. You can imagine, like his grandfather was also a prime minister of Japan. So a political dynasty, and he has his personal clout in the group, which was very much important in the transformation of the political landscape of Japan. But in general, it's that accident, but will not affect the political scenario of Japan much, to be honest with you, because the party politics is very much